Hello, here is your long-awaited shoe video. I apologise profusely for the delay. I hope the outfit's okay. Right, so I'm going to go through now my shoe collection. And this is my English shoe collection because as I have a small place in Spain, a number of my shoes went over there. So these are kind of some of my favourites. Some of them are old, some of them are quite new, and you can see which ones you like. So I'm going to start off down the bottom of the bed. So these are my Nude heels from June. You'll notice that a lot of my shoes come from June. I do like them because I think they're quite feminine, June. They tend to do nice feminine shoes. So these are nude leather, and they have, I don't know if you can see it on there, they have suede stripes on them as well. And the back is suede, and then we have a patent heel on them. So the heels are looking a bit ropey on these. Yeah. So this is a great pair of shoes because they generally go with everything because they are nude in colour. And a bit worn on the bottom. So you can see where I've been wearing them. And they're quite worn on the bottom there. But the heels have survived quite well so far. Albeit a few scuffs. So there are my nude shoes, which normally go with this dress actually. But like I said, they go with everything. Okay, so that's those. Moving on to my favourites. They're just black heels. And they're my favourites only because they're just so comfy. And again, being black, they go with most things. So they're black leather. Again, these are from June as well. I tend to like shoes that have got a slightly pointy toe because I've only got a size 4 foot. If you've got bigger feet, if you have pointed shoes, they make your feet look bigger. But as I'm only a size 4, it's fine. They still look relatively dainty, my feet, even if I've got a pointed toe. And they're black leather, and these have a wooden heel. But they're a very nice slender stiletto on these ones. And again, quite worn. I don't think there's any specific cigarette burns on them, but a lot of the time when I'm out, I tend to just throw the cigarette away, if I'm honest. I don't tend to put them out with my feet. I only do that if I'm putting cigarettes out in the vicinity of where I'm sat, for example. So yes, so those are my black heels. Next we have a relatively new pair, again from June, and these are nubuck suede, and they are, I don't know if you can see the colours very well here, they're a navy suede, predominantly navy suede shoe with a khaki green suede on them and then a nude suede on them, and the heel is in navy suede. I was wearing these in my live video last night actually, which you did comment on when you asked for your outfit of choice. A few burn marks on these. Oh, I've still got a bit of a sticker on those ones, but again slightly worn, and a few burn marks on the bottom of these ones. And the heels have actually quite survived well. Bearing in mind the heels are suede, they've not survived too bad. So it tends to be more of a wintry shoe because of the colours. Going from wintry shoes onto a very spring and summer shoe. I love these. These have had it a bit now really. They're quite old, but I absolutely love these. So these are open toe. These are, again, June. There are some shoes here that aren't June, but these are June. And these have kind of got a snakeskin effect on them. Lots of different colours, so great in the summer, can be worn with lots of different colours. And these have a gold heel on them, so nice and high again, gold heel. I tend to get lots of compliments about these shoes when I wear them, and very worn on the bottoms of these. Lots of burn marks on both the shoes. I think I tend to put cigarettes out with my right foot more so, but these I think are worse on the left foot. Yeah, so these are great. I love these. So that's those. Okay, working backwards. Another pair that I absolutely adore. These are from Moda & Pel. I said they weren't all June. These are from Moda & Pel. So these are my lovely zebra print shoes. So zebra print stiletto. They've actually got a hidden, what do you call it? A hidden wedge, a hidden sole on these. So even though the heel is really high, actually probably one of the higher pairs that I've got, could probably take half an inch off the length of the heel because of the fact that you've got a hidden sole there. And they've got a nice burgundy trim on them. You've got a nice little like bobbly bit on the front of these as well with a burgundy trim. And then the heels are burgundy also, in a shiny patent burgundy. And I got these to go with a Karen Millen belt I've got. I've got a belt that's in a zebra print as well with a burgundy buckle on it. So I got these to go with that. And because they're black soles, you can't really see how worn or any burn marks on those in particular. But another favourite pair of mine. They're lovely, but limited on what outfits I can wear with those. Just pop those over there. I'm going to move on to a pair of boots I have. I love these boots. So these are my pink and white Cowboy stiletto heels. I could do with a bit of a clean actually. So these, I love these. Now they're very, very long pointy toes on these. So even though they're a size 4 again, these actually probably make me look as though I've got more of a size 5, size 6 shoe. However, size 6 is still quite an average size, so I don't mind that. White stiletto heel, which is pretty scuffed up. And yeah, lots of black marks on the bottom of these. But they're a nice, got my hand in it so you can see the shape of the. These are in a mid-rise, so they only come up halfway up my leg. But they're a great boot, these are. They look great with a denim skirt. I wear a lot of denim skirts. Right, okay, let's reposition myself, tuck myself in. Okay, going back to a June pair this time. So these are my neutral and black stripes. And the stripes extend all the way around to the heels as well. So these are patent. I tend to not wear these very much because they're patent, because patent chips like crazy. I've got scuff marks on the inside of them there already. And unfortunately with patent, when it goes, it's just gone and they look rubbish. So I don't tend to buy many patent shoes. Only worn these a handful of times, hence the soles are still quite clean and no real marks on those. So they're a nice pair, but tend to be only worn if I'm wearing pretty much all black. So that's those. Next we have another nude pair. Now these pair are getting on a bit. They need resoling actually. This pair is from Florida. And I can't remember the name of the shop. The only initial inside the shoe is a D. I can't remember the name of the shop. But these are a new pair of peep-toe stilettos with a gold peep-toe on them. And then the heels are also in gold. And the soles on these, they're really strange because they're not a leather sole and they're kind of almost like material, so it peels away. So they are actually quite worn. But it's almost like a fabric is peeling away on them. Don't really know what that's about. But they're a nice shoe that goes with pretty much everything again. So they're nice. I think so. Okay, let's start back here. So this is a new pair. So no real marks on these at all. This is only a kitten heel. They're not even stiletto. I wouldn't call these stilettos. So these are in a kitten heel, bright pink. And I got these. I put these on my Amazon wishlist actually, and I got sent these a couple of weeks ago. And again, nice for the summer. Probably go with white or black. Probably with a little pair of white capri pants or something like that. And see if I can get a Cerise pink belt or something to go with it. So they're from June, but brand new. No real marks or scuffs on them. Next we move along to my Ted Baker shoes. So these were an impulse purchase last year, I think they are. So these are my Ted Bakers. Ted Baker inside in the gold and Ted Baker on the back in the gold as well. And there's the little signature bows at the top. So these are a satin shoe and the heels are satin covered as well. So you can see the flowery design all the way down the heels. And a few scuff marks on those. I've worn those a handful of times now. No real burn marks, a few little burn marks here. But yeah, so my Ted Bakers goes with my Ted Baker coat. Moving on to a very old pair. These aren't very elegant per se. They're quite a chunky shoe. And they are dark brown leather. And these are from Aldo. I used to love Aldo shoes. I think you can only buy them online nowadays. But these have got a wooden heel. And they've got black soles so you can't see how worn These are worn to hell. I used to wear these a lot with work, especially if I was wearing linen. So yeah, you can't really see the marks on the bottom of these, but the heels have had it. But I can't get rid of them because I like them. But they're a really chunky shoe. We then move on to my red Millen stilettos, which are suede. They could do with a bit of clean as well. I bought these with a dress for a christening, and these have got a peep-toe as well, and they've got kind of like a twist front on the suede on the front of those. Again, the suede leather goes onto the heel too, and these are a little bit worn on the bottom, but I've only worn these on a few occasions, so not loads of marks on the bottom of those. So that's my red suede. Another pair that's practically had it. And these are another pair from June. See, the majority of them are from June. So these are my Cerise pink. Again, these are like a snake print leather, and these have got a raised sole as well. Look, so even though the heel looks really high, actually you could lose some of that because of the fact it's got a raised sole. Quite scuffed, these. But then you have to kind of think that people don't necessarily look that closely at your shoes. They just look down at your feet. They're not necessarily on the same levels. You can't necessarily see how bad they are. And again, these have got a black sole on them, so you can't quite see how badly scuffed up these are. They're, in fact, looking at them, they are pretty bad. Yes, and they have a black paint in the heel. The heels have actually lasted better than the soles, surprisingly. I normally kill the heels, so I'm not very good at keeping the heels nice. But there's my pink heels. This is a pair of June. Again, this is Khaki sandals. These are an elasticated one to hold your feet in place. And these haven't been worn that much. This was to go with a specific outfit from Millen. It was the same colour. Paint in the heels again. I wish they wouldn't do paint in heels, but you can see I wore these quite a lot. I haven't worn them recently, but these have got quite a lot of burn marks on them, quite a lot of scuff marks on them. The dress it went with was really nice. I wore it quite a bit, so hence the shoes got worn quite a bit. And they're great with linen, again, with linen. They're really nice. Now we have a pair of sparkly go out shoes. These are from Carvela. So yeah, not doing these ones. And these are covered with Swarovski crystal, except for where I've kicked them off, of course. So these are black and sparkly Carvelas. Again, pointy toe. And even the Swarovski crystal goes around onto the heel as well. And these are quite scuffed up, quite burnt. See, I thought I was somebody who put out their cigarettes with their right foot, but it seems to be my left shoe that seems to be worse than the right. On all of them so far. So there we go. There's my Carvela sparkly sparklers. We're getting to the last few pairs now. Another sparkly pair. These are Dune with a open toe. These were to go to a work gala event, I think, to go with another Millen dress. So these have got an embroidery, a silver embroidery on them, and some little diamantes that go around, with a sprayed silver heel on these, and again a black sole, so you can't see them. Oh, she says dropping them. Can't see them very scuffed up. But yeah, they're quite scuffed, these, because I wore these quite a few times. So that's quite a nice shoe that goes with like a black evening dress. And then finally, in terms of what I've brought with me, these don't look very good off actually. This is a sandal. This is a very high sandal. Put my hand in it so you might be able to see it better. It goes around the ankle. It has a beading at the front. And these have a raised sole, so they add a bit more height, and they've got quite a chunky wooden heel on those. I love these. These are from Aldo as well, actually. Aldo was a favourite shop before Millen, but the Aldo shops seem to have all closed down except for online. So yeah, there we go. That's probably the best way of showing it. So that goes around the ankle, and then that goes down the front of the foot. But I really like those. They're great in the summer. Take those to Spain with me, and then I bring them back again. So that is my shoe collection that I have over here. I've got quite a few flat pairs of shoes, but they're not very exciting. They're just flat shoes. I don't wear flat shoes very often, not really, except for around the house. And of course there's the flip-flops, but I don't think you're into those either. So I hope you've enjoyed me showing you my shoe collection. Keep them in boxes to keep them nice, because then I can stack them up, because my shoe rack doesn't hold enough pairs. So I've got to rebox them all now. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed looking at all my stilettos, and again, apologies for the delay, and I'll catch you soon. Let me know what you think of all my shoes. Cheers, bye.